Okay, we're ready to go with the Give It a Whirl surprise class. You all received the Give It a Whirl die set. This is a big die set. Look at all of the things. There's 21 pieces all together. Okay, and this is how we're going to make the fun little interactive spinner card. Okay, cute. So we're making 4 different ones of these, and I just realized I need my cut and emboss machine. All right, we'll make this work. Okay, so I'm just going to show you 1, maybe 2 of them. You'll have the directions then to be able to complete the rest of them. We're also using the Turtle Friends stamp set and coordinating punch. All 4 cards are going to be using this. Okay. All right, so take your supplies out of the envelope. We've got the standard card base, so you're just going to fold that on the score line. Give it a nice good crease. And then we have a piece of 4" by 5 1/4 Granny Apple Green. We're just going to adhere this one down flat like always. Okay, then we're going to take our die and we're going to take this big one and we're going to die cut this stripe piece. Okay, I cut it the exact width or length. Width is a little wider. So let me step over to my machine and get this cut. Okay, and here's what you get then. You have a little hole right in the center and then the little cut on the side. This will end up going on here with dimensionals. Okay, next we're going to take this larger, it's like 4 by 4 1/4 piece of basic white. And this big die, the circle one, and we're going to cut that out. And while we're doing it, we're going to take one of the smaller white ones and we're going to take this little round doily piece and we're going to cut that out. Okay, so let me do that and then we'll be ready to start stamping and assembling. Okay, give me just a minute. Okay, and so now we have this circle that has, now let's see if I can get up close enough and enough light. When you do this, you will see it's kind of indented a little bit into little triangles. And then this is from the other die. This, hang on to. We're going to use that in our assembly of our card. Okay, and the other thing, okay, then we need to cut our opening. Now, in the die set, let me get these all back on here so I don't lose my pieces. Okay, in the die set, you have 4 different pieces. Oops, not that one. 4 different pieces that cut the opening on the card. So you have a circle, you have a kind of a triangle, you have a rectangle, and you have a heart. I ended up on these cards, I didn't use the heart, but I did use the other ones. On this card, we're going to use the circle. Okay, and to cut our opening, what you do when you take it to your cut and emboss machine, you line the hole in here with the hole in your paper. Okay, so we're just going to lay it on there and then we're going to run it through the machine. And So let me get it lined up again. On this one, I went straight up and down. Okay, so we have our opening. Okay, set these, actually, we're going to take, right now, we're going to take our green glue and we're going to adhere this little doily circle scallop. And we're going to put it right around the hole in this stripe. It's just our little border. Then we don't lose that piece. Okay. Do not assemble this yet. Okay. So now we're going to go to our circle with the little triangle indents. Okay. And so in one triangle, we did the bird in blue and the little hearts in polished pink. This is Pool Party. In another one, we did the one of the small turtles, and then we did the other small turtle. So let's get that up there. Let's get our Memento ink. And then, let's see. Okay, in one of them, we're going to use the turtle with the eye open facing left. And you're just going to stamp it into the center of that. Oh, and I covered that up. Darn it all. Don't glue that on yet. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Okay, so we're just going to stamp that in the center. And then I need my other turtle. There we go. We're using the small turtle with his eye closed. And so we're going to turn it again. And we're going to go right in the center of that little triangle. And then last one, we're going to use Pool Party and Polished Pink. And we're going to use, let's see if I can find them all. Okay, we're going to use the little bird, and we're going to stamp him right in the center of that little triangle. And then we're going to take the little hearts, and we're going to stamp those right around him. Okay? All right, let's get the inks out of the way. Oops. We need to stamp and color our little turtles. So I've got Granny Apple Green and the little shell. And we're just going to stamp that on both of them. And then I'm going to take the light Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blend. And I'm just going to color him in. I'm going to color all those little openings in between his shell, his feet, his head. And then let's turn while we've got this one and do the same thing with this other little turtle. Okay, and then we're going to use the dark Granny Apple to color the tail and his little toenails. And I know those really probably aren't called toenails, but that's what mine are. Okay, all right, now we are going to use just a hole punch. You can use your pick tool to go roughly into the center of this circle that we did and punch that out. You're going to take a brad out of your package of brads. I used round ones. It really doesn't make any difference. You can use the white ones. You can use the black ones. They're getting covered up. Okay, goodness gracious. All right. And so you are going to put it into the big circle, and then you're going to put it into the small circle. And then you're going to open the legs of the brad and just leave it kind of loose, okay? Don't like flatten it really, really good. Now on mine, I added dimensionals, but I only added 2. This time we are going to stack them a little bit more, and we're going to put 2 thicknesses. And where's my scissors? Okay. Then, now, again, if I had done it before I put this white on, you can line this up and you can see the brad through the hole. I am just going to, the hole's right there, so it's pretty close. So I'm just going to eyeball it. So get your little characters in the center there and pull off the backings on your dimensionals. Okay, and we're going to scoot it a little bit there. Okay, and then you're just going to line it up on your card where it would go. Now again, you're not attaching the striped piece yet. All you're attaching is our spinner. Okay, how fun is that? Now we're going to take the designer paper piece and we're going to put a dimensional at the top, 2 corners, and then the bottom 2 corners. Now you can't get wild with your dimensionals on this one. Otherwise you will seal it so that your spinner does not work. Okay. I also then put dimensionals, 2 dimensionals right onto the card itself. Now remember, we've got 2 dimensionals on that one. So we're going to have to do double layers of dimensionals on this also. Otherwise, it won't give us enough room for it to turn. Now again, I didn't do this on my first one, so we're going to kind of together see for sure how this works. Whoops. One more there. And one more. Okay, so then take our backings off from all of these. And then, again, without this on here first, you can see to line that up again. I'm just going to okay, and there we go. And then you can get at your little spinner. You can see there's a little bit of distance there, but how cute is that? All right, now let's finish this card. Let's get our Memento ink in here again. And now I need to find my large turtle. And we're going to just stamp him on there. Get our Granny Apple Green and our large shell. And stamp that in there. And then we are going to get our happy birthday. Now, I have cut my happy birthday apart. So we're just going to, oops, I got to get it in the right order. Happy has to come first, right? Come on. happy. All right, let's set it down on a surface. Okay, there. And so we're just going to stamp happy birthday on our basic white strip, keeping it to the left so that we can banner cut the right side. Okay, adhere that to the strip of Bermuda Bay. And then again, banner cut. Now I lined the ends together, left side. Okay, that is going to go flat, oops, flat onto our card, right underneath the little scallop. We are again going to take our light Granny Apple Green, and we're going to color in the whole little guy. Okay, and then I'm going to take the dark Granny Apple and I'm going to do his tail and his little toenails. Excuse me. And then I'm just going to outline him. We're going to go back over it with the light to blend it in. So that it's not so harsh, but it just kind of gives you a little highlight. Okay. Isn't he cute? And then we're going to take our punch. Oh, and I should have made that piece a little bigger for you. Darn it all. All right. Sorry about that. But you're just going to work it into the punch. Punch him out. And then we're just going to, oh, I forgot. Okay. Keep that little piece because we also need to give him a little, or her, a little party hat. Okay. And I colored that in with, let's see, I want the light. Yeah. All right. We're starting with light Bermuda Bay. And we're just going to color the biggest stripe and the little pom-pom with that. And then our next stripe is yellow, which is light Daffodil Delight. And then light polished pink. And if you don't have these colors, just use something that's similar. If you don't have Stampin' Blends, use the regular markers. It'll all work. Okay, and then just the little green tip. And then there isn't a punch or a die, so you do have to die cut that out, or you have to fussy cut that, I mean. Again, I don't get real worked up over going around these little scallopies. Ow. All right. And then we're going to pull our dimensionals back in here. Oops, we got to cut them apart. Okay. We're going to put one on his head. Uh-oh, I got some blood on there. Jabbed myself. Okay, one there. One there. Attach this little guy onto our card, and we're going to go about there. And then I'm going to use a little mini dimensional on the hat. Give them a little birthday hat. And your first card is all done. Okay? So it looks really, really cool, but it really doesn't take that long to do. The one thing I wanted to show you on the second card, let me pull that out. We're not going to go through the whole card, but we are going to, again, we're going to cut this. So give me a minute. Okay, and so let me get the second card out here for you. Okay, here's the second card. We're going to give it a little bit of a background there, and we're just, with doing that, you can use sponge daubers, but I decided to use the blending brushes. And so we are just going to take the blending brush, pick up some Granny Apple Green, start off on your scratch paper, and then just blend it across your card. And then pick up some more and blend it across your card. And then we're going to do the same thing with Pool Party. Okay, so we're just going to pick up some ink. We're going to start off on our scratch paper. And you do want to start off on your scratch paper, otherwise you get like a heavy blob. Now your heavy blob can be where your clouds go, but it's better to not have that. And that's how quick and easy you make that background. And so again, then you're just cutting your circle to be able to line that up. On this card, I used the cloud to cover up the hole underneath. I stamped the large, the medium, and the large and the small turtles, the little bird, and then a little bow. Punched this out. I used crumb cake and then just fussy cut those. And here we have Forever Friends. You are turtly loved. Hello, little one. Okay, so that's your second card. Let's see, there's 1, 2. Third card is some little polished pink. I added the little squiggles at the top. Forever Friends. Happy Birthday. That's why I cut my Happy Birthday apart. And then Your Turtly Loved. That one also I cut apart so that I could do them top to bottom instead of just one big long one. I did the big turtle and the little turtle with the hat on there. Okay, I also added the scallop along the edge. That's out of Color and Contour. And then last, we have some fun little stars with the big turtle and the 2 small turtles. And then Happy Birthday with the stars. It's Time to Celebrate. And then just some stars. Okay, so there's your 4 cards. Like I said, I did one video because the assembly is the same. It's just all the different stamping. Okay, so have fun with it and happy stamping.